Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Warrior Way. I just finished the series, Trust Fall into God, and everything is really perfect. Everything works out exactly perfect. I was at the park the other day, and there was a gentleman that was walking by me at the exact moment that I was walking by. We made eye contact, we said hello, and immediately he started up a conversation with me, and I was happy to have a conversation. I was wearing a Rangers jersey, so he asked me about. I'm a hockey fan, sports fan, different kinds of things about sports, and he asked if he could sit with me. I said, sure. Okay, I'm at the park. Here I am with him. Let's sit together. And I saw he had a lot of anxiety, and he might be listening to this, and he was struggling with a few things, talking to me about relationships and women and different various things, and a lot of things that I related to. And actually, he asked me, he's like, am I similar to you? Now, he's a gentleman that's probably about 15, 20 years older than me. And I said to him, we're all humans. We all are the same. And also, I've experienced so many things in life. Like, I've gone through so many things. But ultimately, what I found is that in here, if we're caught up in here, like many people are caught up in their minds, and their minds are constantly racing and racing and racing. So that's what's similar amongst all of us. In other words, you might have racing thoughts about work, you might have racing thoughts about your relationship or your children or your finances or your whatever. But each person's struggles of what they're thinking about might be different, but ultimately that circling, that racing, that fear, that survival mode that most people are in, we've all experienced it. So that makes us all the same. In other words, I might look different than you, I might have different experiences than you, but ultimately inside what's going on in my brain, if I'm stuck in that struggle of circling and circling, and I was there for a long period of time where I was so far stuck in that place where I told him I totally understand, and that's why I actually said to him, I think my YouTube page could be helpful for you, because ultimately I talk about being present, I talk about breathing, I talk about coming back to the here and now, that the only thing that exists is the here and now. And anyone that tells you to be so far ahead or so far behind and not in this moment is probably caught in survival mode, or talking to you about a future reward that you're going to get for your behaviors now. Like, if you, like religions, they tell you, if you do this, you're going to go to this place called heaven, and if not, you're going to go to this place called hell. Well, my belief is you're in heaven or hell right now. Are you in heaven or are you in hell? This world could be a heaven and it could be a hell. I wrote a poem called Heaven on Earth. I'm sure I'll share it at some point. But regardless, it's this moment in time that's really important. And I told him, in this moment, I'm going to make sure that you're in heaven with me at this moment, right? In this moment in time, when you're sitting here with me, I hope to put people in a place of where they're feeling so good in this moment of just being fully present to this video, to my interaction with you right now, and if you get off, to be present with the next thing you do, whatever it is, but to stay as much in this moment as possible. And whenever you start to feel that worry, to go breathe back down right into the ground and listen to the sound. And it's a beautiful thing. And we spoke again. I spoke to this gentleman for a little while, and then he asked me for a ride home. I gave him a ride home. He was asking me about he asked me if I was a writer, if I write, if I write poetry. Even he actually asked me, and I said yes, I do write poetry. And he asked if he could take my poetry, make it get into music, and I kind of hesitated, and I said, no, I don't really want necessarily someone to do that, but if you want, you go on my YouTube page, and I say over on my shorts, I do my poetry, so you can take it from there and do what you want with it. I mean, I can't stop you if you want to. He's like, oh, I would love to share with you. Can I get your number? And I said, you could share it on my YouTube page. You could comment. And I would tell people, like, comment on here. Don't ask me for my number. Don't ask me for like a transactional something going on that you want something from me, other than like, I'm here right now in this moment. So comment on the video. I'm not doing it to like, oh, comment so other people could see. It's more of like, you want to interact with me, comment on here and share with me here. And I would love to hear more about people's stories on here. On here, I'm creating too, and I want people to start doing that, not be scared to like, who cares if anybody else sees it? I'm seeing it, you're seeing it, we're all seeing it, you're like secretive. I was in that place for so long, so I totally get it. But now, when I go on other people's videos, I like the video and I share it when it makes sense. I don't have too many people to share it with at this point. And I comment. I comment on the videos, and I comment even thank you so much, or sometimes the video will say like, can you please comment this? I would say, hey, comment 777 if you feel like you're in heaven. Go ahead, right now. And comment what you want. I mean, comment amen, comment thank you. whatever. But point is that if you want to share something, this is your forum. It's like I'm on here sharing, and I'm here to help people understand that. Don't be scared. Like, you can do that. I was trying to help him get out of his fear, but don't collect me. I said to him, I'll see you again. I go to this park, I go to various parks, but I also told him that, I don't stay in one place. I don't go to only one park, because I've noticed that, like, if I go to one park and I talk to someone like that, then eventually, like, there's more people that do that to me, and then eventually I can't get my space where I just want to be sitting in nature. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's just I want to sit with the trees. I want to sit alone. I want to sit in, whether it's I'm listening to something, or whether I'm just sitting there meditating, or whether I'm dancing, or whatever the case may be. I want to be in my own space most of the time. But again, if I go with the flow of the universe. So if the universe takes me to a place of where I meet this guy, or I meet some other people, it just seems to be that, if you cross paths with somebody and you make eye contact and you start the conversation, then you never know what's going to happen. You could, he's like, well, I'm not really friends with guys anyway. And I said, it's okay. Like, we're friends. We could be friends, but those friends don't have to hang out every second. Friends don't have to exchange phone numbers. Friends could be like, when I see you, oh, he's like, I'll never see you again. And if you have that mentality of like, oh, you're never gonna, then you might you might continue with that mentality moving forward in your life, of that negative mentality of like, it's never going to happen. And the same thing, he talked to me about the women, of like not finding someone that he really wants to be at. And I said, to be positive, to be optimistic, but more so become that person that you want to find. If you want to find someone like you, like who's a great person, then you become that great person. And he said, what about you? Are you dating? And I said, I'm not dating. I'm not on dating apps. I'm not dating. I said I just wanted to I wanted to love myself, which I found, love of myself. And then I said I want to find someone that loves themselves, and then hopefully one day we'll cross paths. And he's like, well, then you'll get their number, right? And I said, I don't know, maybe yes, maybe no, if I'm crossing their paths. And I'm in that moment with them at that time. If it's meant to be that we exchange phone numbers because we had such an awesome interaction, and it's really that way, but it would only be because we spoke for a while, and I really feel like she's not trying to collect me and I'm not trying to collect her, and we feel like we're embraced in that situation, and then we come together. But I know he's not the only one. A lot of people are confused when they ask me about, like, oh, how are you going to meet someone if you're not on dating apps, and if you're not asking people to set you up, and if you're not going to bars, and if you're not like, how is it going to happen, and if you're not going to ask for someone's number? And I'm like, I truly feel, and actually I know that I will. I know. How do I know? Because I'm going with my own flow. I know that's how it works. Like, just go with your flow, and then it'll all work out the way it's supposed to work out. The universe has it, and be in the positive mindset that it will happen when it's supposed to happen. Just, I'm not in the business of chasing that to happen. I don't need to chase something to happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And that's what we talk about, the past, present, future already happening. Like, I already met her. She's already met me. She's already out there. She's not looking for me. She already knows I'm there, and I already know she's there. And when the divine timing is right, it's going to happen at that exact moment. Could happen today. Could happen in an hour from now. Could happen tomorrow, next week, next month. It doesn't matter. The point is, be content with where you're at right now. Keep on growing with where you're at right now. And when you keep on growing, then you keep on flowing. And then it'll all be what it'll be. Anyway, I hope this message gets to the right people. Maybe it gets to this person that I met. I hope he realizes I had a lot of love in that moment for that conversation, and I was so appreciative of being with someone in that moment to have that. And I hope I was helpful then. Hopefully I'm helpful now. Just to come back, learn to breathe. I told him, start to consciously breathe. I started with 3 minutes of meditation in the morning. I would advise anybody, even if you can't do that, to do 1 minute of meditation, rising, falling, rising, falling. So it's following the breath, rising up and falling down. And if you can't do that, do 3 breaths. And if you can't do that, do one breath, one conscious breath when you wake up in the morning, maybe before you go to sleep. Start with something so small that's just make it a routine, make it consistent. The point again of the consistency is that eventually it doesn't have to be consistent, because you start doing it throughout your day. That it just becomes second nature, that you're doing it whenever, and there's no time. You can do it for 30 seconds a day at a certain point, because the point of it is to realize that every single second of the day is a meditation. Right now is a meditation. It's a meditation to be present in the moment of what you're doing. And, where it goes, stop worrying about a goal of where it goes. Just to be present is good enough. Like, I don't know if that's a goal for people, to just be present. That could be a goal, I guess, just be present. that sounds like a good one, just to be here now, be in this present moment, and then you start to get out of that mind that's kind of going and going and going, and just to be here. So thank you so much. I hope this helped. And if it did, again, please like this video, share the video with others, and make a comment, drop a comment, anything. It's always good to hear from people. I try to respond. And, if it's a comment, of course, you ask a question or make anything that I can respond to, I will. So thank you again.